man, oh man, I'm so excited because I am a big fangirl.
Yes, you are.
I'm just a fangirl.
That's you.
I'm a fangirl of a certain drag race competition show. It's a program that features drag queens in a competition. And I love spooky season. And now you can get ready to celebrate spooky season with a healthy dose of eleganza. Drag Race alum Ms. Cracker returns to Chicagoland with an all-new Halloween spectacular Crack-O-Lantern. Joining us now is none other than the one and only Ms. Cracker. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hello, good morning or good afternoon, I think, for you at this point. I was listening to what you said. I can't remember if this is from Rent 2 or if this is from another source, but the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. And I think that we are in that point in America. We went through our loving periods, we went through our hating periods, and we are not in the period of hate anymore. We are in the point of indifference. There's a few people that are mad and hateful, but most people are just sitting at home on their phone and letting it happen, and that is the real destructive force.
Girl!
But also, yes, hello!
Girl, you were just dropping it in. Like, come on. Let's bring it down. Keep it real right now. Oh, my gosh.
It's truth.
Look, I am a huge fan. I like from season 10, season 5 All-Stars. I will say you were robbed, but it was, Shea Coulee is our homegirl. She's our hometown girl.
I've actually been robbed. I was robbed once in Dublin. I was with Caitlin, and we were taking a picture outside of the Guinness Brewery, and this guy just snatched all our stuff, and I was in heels, and we just stood there and looked at each other for a minute, and then I went after him in heels on the cobblestone.
You go, girl.
And I would say that robbery, and in fact, that robbery got me a lot of attention and love in Dublin from the people there, and every time people perceive me to be robbed, they give me stuff, so God damn it, rob me again.
Right? I love it. So we're so excited that you're coming to Chicago where you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. The Chicagoland area. There we are.
Yeah.
So do you love spooky season?
No, I hate it.
Really?
And that's what's so funny is that I always have said, and my friend Caitlin was like, don't you hate Halloween? But it's like this year, I wasn't going to make any new numbers, but I ended up having these like irrepressible ideas that I just had to go through. And I looked at the 5 numbers that I made this year, and they were all spooky numbers.
Okay.
And I was like, and then my friend Robert, who I call Stiltsy, he was like, we need a show. We need to do a little show in October. Wouldn't it be fun to do a show? I was like, I weirdly happen to have 5 like Halloween-y numbers ready to go. And then since we started to do the show, like I've had this conversion, like I'm into it. Okay. I'm very, I can't get enough of it. I don't know what happened. I'm like newly allergic to avocados and not allergic to Halloween.
What?
So it might change as you age.
Wait. How does one become allergic to avocados?
I'm now allergic. This is a side note, but I'm allergic to everything with a peel, and they say that it's a latex related allergy, which boys,
girl,
I'm allergic to latex.
Oh, look out.
So like, yeah, I don't know what it is, but anything with a peel, I can't eat.
Girl.
Anything with a peel? Does that include like a tomato?
Yeah. Weirdly, it doesn't. And the awkward thing is that like I need to go to an allergist. This is the most Jewish conversation that has ever happened. But I need to go to an allergist because I'm embarrassed explaining the things I'm allergic to and not because there's no logical sense. And
right.
I just need to be like, what do they all have in common? But anyway, I made this Halloween show. I'm super excited to put on. I made all the costumes and wigs and numbers myself. And usually when I have to do a Halloween show, I like give the promoter my track, and they're like, it's a Halloween show. And I'm like, all right, play a thunderclap first, then. Okay? See what I mean?
Yes.
Right. It's
But
like
now,
I want for Christmas is but this is like this is like Olivia Rodrigo vampire, like deep, mummies and zombies and vampires and eyeless creatures in the night, but it also has like ABBA. It's like bizarre. And I love it.
Well, and it's something that we would totally expect from you, because like you're always so fresh, so original. Like you are also one of the funniest queens that's been on the show, in my humble opinion. I love watching your stuff. I cannot wait to come out to Buffalo Grove on the 25th to see Crack-a-Lantern. So how, as somebody who is like a new convert to spooky season, how did you like you said, you were like, I'm just kind of putting together new stuff, and all of a sudden they all just kind of seem to be kind of creepy. Do you have was there just something in the zeitgeist? Were you just tapping into like the madness that's going on, or what was it? Or just like, no, I need to get a show out there. Let's do it.
Well, I think that when you're with your therapist and they're like, please don't make jokes, because that's not real communication. You're making a joke out of something.
Right.
And I'm always like, listen, you're either going to hear about this in joke form or not at all. So pick one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like jokes are the only way that I know how to talk about things. And yes, I'd love to give a heartfelt, like, interpretive dance performance about everything that's going on and all the death that has been in my personal life and in the world. But it is not me. So Halloween is so much about the thin veil between us and the other side, our connection between death and ourselves. And Halloween is a great way to talk about death and our worst fears in a way that's campy and glittery and fun to look at. So we can think about the things that are on our minds, but in a way that's like easy and releasing and not like depressing. The news clip that played right before you was such a barrage of terrible news and like huge omissions of fact. Diane Keaton was also in Manhattan. Great movie. Forgot that. Meryl Streep's like one of her first movies where she looks insanely good.
Oh my gosh.
Split ends, hair to the waist.
Yes.
But we're trying to process all this stuff right now. And the radio station was like, facts matter. And as Longfellow says, truth goes stumbling after the story. Like lies have wings and fly, and truth just goes stumbling after. And I think that's happening now, where facts are no longer mattering. And I want to do a show where we talk about the tough stuff, but in a way that we walk out like, oh my gosh, I still feel alive. I don't feel like I need to scroll on my phone for 13 hours so that I'm giving away my time and labor to Meta and Peter Thiel.
Right.
We got to moderate it. How do you feel drag has evolved politically and artistically over the last, say, 5 years?
Well, I think that the best quote that's ever been said about contemporary drag, you can find it on Crystal Method's Instagram. She gave it in an interview. She's like, drag has become this human hair hellscape where all these increasingly conventionally beautiful queens are battling for an increasingly large amount of increasingly divided audiences. And I think that drag has sort of found success commercially, and so it has not universally, but I think there's a big temptation to just walk out with the feathers and the rhinestones and forget the standing up and saying something part. Both are boring on their own. Right. You need both sides.
Yeah.
And so I celebrate the queens, and I think many, 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 many queens, like Jinx Monsoon, for example, a great example of queens that just know how to be so funny all the time, but you never leave a conversation with her without being told something important. And I think we need to lean into that aspect of drag.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's also just
Yeah,
the like you were saying, like during these times, we need a celebration. We need that joy and that camp and that glitter and that panache, just to kind of like help us get through all the rest of the crap that's out there right now. But yeah, and your aesthetic is one that's so great because you can go from like you were saying the traditional pretty girl, but you're not afraid to kind of mix it up, and like have eyeballs on your heads and things like that, which is just it's like that's what it's all about, and it's exploring different parts of you as an artist, because I think we have to remember drag is an art. People you can't, not everybody can do what you do and do it half as well as you do, Cracker, because you are just, again, chef's kiss. Sorry.
So who were some
Fangirl.
of your biggest drag influences when you were shaping your persona?
Well, I don't think my persona comes from any drag queen.
Oh.
I learned a lot of tricks from my drag mother, like as far as how to keep a show going, but I used those tricks while I had my persona. There's this queen named Lily Heavenly, who still performs in New York, and we started drag in New York at the same time. She had done it before, but we'd go to a gig together, and I'd be like back there putting on my nails and touching up, and she'd be like, "Girl, do not do that. Go out there and touch every single person in this venue, in this bar. Look them in the eyes, connect with them in a way that is real. And then when you walk out of stage, people are like, oh, there's that person that was just talking to me."
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it was the thing that shaped me most. Also, this queen, Brenda Darling, who was like, if your makeup is still on and you are not soaking with sweat, then you didn't do the show today.
Right.
Like you have, like,
Words
so,
to live by.
but
Do the work.
This idea of, look, and it's more true than ever, there's a lot of people who want to do stuff. So you have to fight them all. You have to fight for your place by connecting with people harder, working harder, putting out like more effort, putting every ounce of your being. I was talking to my friend Riley in Portland about this recently. Please, if you are not going to hurt yourself putting out your whole heart doing this, please stay at home.
Right.
Please.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Everybody doing everything. I mean that for everything.
Yep. Do it 100 or don't do it at
now.
all.
Yeah.
But that is one
Yeah.
thing that has been really wonderful to kind of watch your evolution in terms of your connection to the audience and your authenticity to who you are. Like, I love following you on Insta because you're actually one of those queens who actually likes food aside from avocados, which I my condolences. But I'm like, girl, you're out there, you're like eating stuff, you got your bacon stuff. My favorite was when you were trying to bake a cake and you were serving cake with no pants on.
That's right. I'm doing this new series, Time for Dinner, and I've met and worked with so many chefs through my love of food as Max, the boy, and as Cracker. And I was like, I want to share something about my love of food with the world, my relationships with these amazing people, many of whom are queer, and show people that it's not just about recipes. Because every queen shares recipes or how to cook this. I want to show people like the basic kitchen essentials that nobody knows about. So to make you a cook, anybody can buy a recipe. You can go to allrecipes.com, literally, to a website and get a recipe. But the know-how in the kitchen, like I want to share that. And at a time when everybody hates everybody else, pretty much, there's one thing we can agree on, which is food. And if we can come together around one thing, maybe not everybody. There are people that are outside of my capability of understanding. But maybe, the people that should band together can band together, and we can do it around food.
See,
Scott
again,
and I are big food.
I know
food
we're
people
told.
here, too.
I'm telling you, she's out there. She's changing the world. One measuring cup of flour delivered by a spoon.
Time.
Delivered by a spoon,
Okay.
which I knew.
Fluff it up.
which I knew. There we are.
I had no idea.
Well, see, and now you're learning too, and that's part about growing as a human and as an artist is the way to connect with people through food, and that to me sounds like one of the things that really is intrinsic to who you are, and that it is having that connection and reaching out to fans and to people at the show and to people just being in the room with you, especially when they come out to see Crack-A-Lantern at Buffalo Grove Community Arts on the 25th, because there is something magical about being in a room together with strangers, facing the same direction, having experiencing the same experience. You create this community, and to be in such wonderfully, deliciously talented hands like you, Ms. Cracker, this is going to be an evening that you do not want to miss.
Yes, it's going to be so fun. And listen, for people who are doing anything in life, pursuing anything, I just want to say that the show is kind of a landmark for me. I think my drag was at my best circa 2018, 2019. I hit a couple of hiccups that were very difficult in 2020, and I was kind of like, well, maybe people would like me if I acted like somebody else, dressed like somebody else, or looked like somebody else. And let me tell you, it is not a good path for anybody to take.
Nope.
And this show is kind of my return to my strength, which is being myself. It may not be for everybody, but being somebody else is for nobody. So,
right.
I just want to
Girl, you've really come and dropped
Words
some
to live
truth
by.
bombs all over this show today.
Thank you for having this meeting so that I could drop.
We all needed it. We all need it, Ms. Cracker.
Well, let me tell you, do not want to miss the legendary Ms. Cracker and Crack-A-Lantern, Things That Scare Me, on October 25th at the Buffalo Grove Community Arts Center. For more info, you can go to bigdealproductions.org. Make sure you follow her on all social media so you too can learn how All of them. Damn it. Ms. Cracker, thank you again for taking time out today. Break all the legs. We can't wait to see you in Crack-A-Lantern on the 25th.
Thank you so much. I hope to see you there.